So why did the world need another protest song? Why did I need to write one? Well, it occurred to me that all the protest songs I've written in the past were all very negative. And so I've got some about farming and animal rights, I've got some about politics and protest, and basically they either use humour or irony or just plain like anger, full-on anger. And I wanted to do something that was just really positive about our world and our earth and how we treat it, with hardly a mention of anything negative in there, or even not at all, just wholly positive. So I wanted to create a song that would perhaps re-evoke how our ancestors felt about the earth, in the sense that they didn't have all this technology to just concrete it over and solve the problem. They were just there with their wits, with these gods above them doing whatever they were doing. So,
who breathe in her body magical, holding us in her embrace, connecting time and space and the spirit world eternal.
I needed the song to sound majestic and, how can I put it, grand. And so no descending scales, all ascending scales, like the whole way. I'm working my way up the guitar. So you got this so it jumps down, but it's still harmonically going up. And then for the next verse, I had this thing where, do I want to just repeat that again? So my solution in the end was to just drop it down an octave, literally do the same thing again, but an octave down. So it's how I keep on ascending, because otherwise I'd have had to go up here and it just would have sounded silly, but you can drop it down an octave. And of course that limited the key that I was doing it in. To tell the truth, actually, I thought of it, this melody came into my head, or bass line chord progression, and I thought of doing it on piano. Because, those kind of arpeggios. I could do a better job, but it's a lot easier to do arpeggios like that on a piano. However, we happened to be moving countries at the time, and all I had was this guitar. So it sounds more beautiful and delicate on the guitar, I have to say. So maybe I'm happy with that. Maybe I'll do a piano version one day. Anyway, so that was the verse, and then... So I'll give you a blast of the verse, eh? Why not? I'll sing it as well. Firm and real and unshakable, home to each and every crawling, slithering, walking soul, from high mountains to ravines. Our mother, she will feed all who respect her ancient grace. And so that first one was earth. So the idea was each of the verses would have one of the magical four elements, and that was earth, trying to sound as grand as it can. I ran into a bit of difficulty with the chorus because I found that I had two choruses. I had one for water, which had my favourite line by far is to do with Neptune. It's like the sea roars around us, Neptune found us, pounding out some natural law. And it's just this idea of this big dude with a massive trident who's just... There's some reason he's doing that, but it's known to him, it's not known to us ants, But I also had this one about fire. The idea that we're birthed in fire and we die in fire. It's like the heat of the earth eventually does for us, but it could also be comforting, and that, you know, by grace, the fire gods can either sustain us and support us or destroy us, basically. So I'll give you a blast of the chorus here as well.
And it rains upon us, falls down on us. We seek shelter by the shore. The seas run around us. Neptune found us, pounding out his natural law. How could we possibly want more? How could we possibly want more?
And yeah, and I had a lot of fun trying to synchronize being able to look at a microphone while singing that. And I've eventually come to a sort of a compromise where occasionally I do have to glance down occasionally, but it's in places where I know that I can do that and still sing effectively, because my optimum neck position is something like that, really. It's kind of a soft, almost a slouch, and it doesn't react very well to this. But I can sing in falsetto down like that. Don't ask me why, but you know, so maybe someone could do an MRI on my throat and they could see why that was. Anyway, how could we possibly want more? Thank you for watching if you watched this far. Hopefully YouTube will suggest there is a full video of it if you want to watch. Cheers.